Hello everyone, in today's Cretaceous profile remake we're going to be doing is Thescelosaurus was the genus of Neo-Ornithischian dinosaur that appeared at the very end of the late Cretaceous period in North America, 68 to 66 million years ago, meaning it was one of the last Thescelosaurinae to have ever reached the Maastrichtian of the Cretaceous. And plus, it was a member of the last dinosaurian fauna before the Cretaceous Paleogene extinction event around 66 million years ago. The preservation and completeness of many of its specimens indicate that it may prefer to live near streams. The type specimen of Thescelosaurus USNM 7757 was discovered in 1891 by paleontologist John Bell Hatcher and William H. Utterback from the beds of the late Maastrichtian age Upper Cretaceous lands formation of Niobrara County, at the time part of the Converse County, Wyoming, USA. The skeleton, however, remained in its shipping crates for years until Charles H. Gilmore of the Smithsonian Institution National Museum of Natural History had it prepared and described. It, in a short paper in 1913, naming it T. negletensis. At the time, he thought it was related to Camptosaurus. He provided a detailed monograph in 1915 describing the well-preserved skeleton. The type specimen was found largely in natural articulation and was missing only the head and neck, which were lost due to erosion. The name comes from the surprise Gilmore felt at finding such a good specimen that had been unattended to for so long. He considered it to be a light, agile creature and assigned it to Hyspelotodontidae, a family of small bipedal dinosaurs. Overall, the skeletal anatomy of this genus is well documented, and reconstruction have been published in several papers, including skeletal reconstructions and models. The skeleton is known well enough that a detailed reconstruction of the hip and hind limb muscles have been made. The animal's size has estimated at 2.5 to 4.0 meters, range for length 8.2 to 13.1 feet. For various specimens, a weight of 20 to 300 kilograms, 450 to 660 pounds. With the large type specimen, T. garbini, estimated at 4 to 4.5 meters, 13.1, 14.8 feet long. As discussed, more fully under discovery history and species. It may have been sexually dimorphic, with one larger than the other. Juvenile remains are known from several locations, mostly based on teeth. The Thescelosaurus was a heavily built bipedal animal, probably herbivorous but potentially not. There was a prominent ridge along the length of the maxillae, the tooth-bearing cheekbones, and a ridge on both dentaries, tooth-bearing bone of the lower jaw. The ridges and position of the teeth deeply entailed to the outside surface of the skull are interpreted as evidence for muscular cheeks. Aside from the long, narrow beak, the skull also had teeth in the premaxilla, or upper beak, a primitive trait among Neo-Ordovicians. Long, rod-like bones, called palabrae bells, were present over the eyes, giving the animal heavy, bony eyebrows. Its teeth were two types: small pointed premaxillary teeth and leaf-shaped cheek teeth. 6 small teeth were present in both premaxillae, with the toothless section at the tip of the beak. And for its classification, it was generally aligned to be hypsilodontid, but it was changed. In the year 2000, a skeleton of a genus specimen, NCSM 15728, informally known as Willow, now on display at the North Carolina Museum of Natural Science, was described as including the remnants of 4-chambered heart and an aorta. It had been originally unearthed in 1993 in northwestern South Dakota. And for its paleoecology, Thescelosaurus remains are known definitely from the Maastrichtian Age rocks from Alberta, Skjold Formation, and Saskatoon Frenchman Formation, Canada, and Wyoming Lance Formation, South Dakota Hell Creek Formation, Montana, and Colorado. Laramie Formation, USA. With the exception of birds, it was one of the last genera of dinosaurs, its remains being found as close as 3 meters to the boundary clay containing the iridium layer that closes the Cretaceous. The Laramie Formation is the oldest formation that Thescelosaurus is known from, and magnetostratigraphy suggests an age of 69 to 68 million years ago for the Laramie Formation. There are reports of teeth from older Campanian age rocks, practically from the Dinosaur Park Formation of Alberta. But these specimens are not from Thescelosaurus and are much more likely those of Orodromeus. More specimens are known have been officially described for this genus, such as the Trilobold specimen, which has been the source of several skeletal casts for museums, and for its habitat. Conflicting reports have been made as its preferred habitat. 2 papers suggest it prefers channels to floodplains, but another suggests it prefer the opposite. The possible preference for channels is based on relative abundance of Thescelosaur fossils in sandstone, representing channel environments, in comparison to mud stones, representing floodplain environment. No bone beds or accumulation of multiple individuals have yet been reported. Dale Russell, in a popular work, noted that Thescelosaurus was the most common small herbivore in the Hell Creek Formation of the Four Peak area. He described the environment of the time as a flat floodplain with a relatively dry subtropical climate that supported a variety of plants ranging from the Agasparum trees to bold cypress to ferns to ginkgos, ginkgos. Although most dinosaur skeletons from this area are incomplete, possibly due to low preservation potential of forests. Thescelosaurus skeletons are much more complete, suggesting that this genus frequented stream channels. Thus, when Thescelosaurus died, it may have been in or near river, making it easier to bury and preserve for later fossilization. Russell tentatively compared it to capybaras and tapirs. It shared its time with other dinosaurs: Triceratops, Torosaurus, Edmontosaurus, Ankylosaurus, and Pachycephalosaurus. Ornithomimus. Thescelosaurus was also abundant in the Lance Formation. Toe bones from this genus are most commonly finds after fossil of Triceratops and Edmontosaurus, and it may have been the most common dinosaur there in life if the Lance Formation had a preservational bias against small dinosaurs. But Thescelosaurus had natural predators that it had to watch out for. T-Rex, mainly juveniles that would hunt a Thescelosaurus. How can a herbivore defend itself? Well, it could run. Well, it can also kick and even possibly peck a predator. Even dromaeosaurids and troodontids, like the chimeric, yet almost a dubious Dakotaraptor and Archaeoraptor pectinodon, and other animals like Paleoswania, Boreosuchus, and Brexitchampsa, and possibly Mosasaur if they catch one swimming across. And that's it for Thescelosaurus. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and see you later, guys.